presenting SportsBeat.
Hi there, everybody, and welcome to SportsBeat Primetime. Glad to have you aboard. Back-to-back home games for the Utah Jazz. Last night, Rudy Gobert, after his All-Star snub, put up 25 points, 13 rebounds, 2 blocks in the win over the Hawks. The Jazz, they've gone into the fourth quarter. We will give you an update in just a couple of minutes. Now, let's move on to college hoops. The BYU Cougars trying to forget about Thursday's 30-point thumping to number 4 Gonzaga. Loyola Marymount in the Marriott Center tonight. Lions only a game back of the Cougars in the WCC standings. Let's go to Provo, the Marriott Center. Cougars off to a slow start, but Nick Emery off the bench, and he drops in the 3. BYU still trailed by 1. Yoli Child's trying to get something going. That will help. But in the final seconds of the half, Eli Scott nails the J, and LMU has a 3-point lead over BYU at the break. Cougars finally finding a little bit of rhythm in the second half, especially Gavin Baxter. That gives BYU a 3-point lead. Then he goes outside for 3. And a minute later, it's Baxter again. Cougars rolling now. Then they go back outside to Emery right down the barrel, part of an 18-0 run for BYU. Emery was 17, 5 of 5 from 3. Gavin Baxter, his best night as a Coug, 25 points, 9 boards. Cougars win it by 18. In Logan, Utah State and UNLV, Aggies get rolling early. Sam Merrill to Neemias Quetta. Quick 4-point lead. Abel Porter, game-winning 3 last Saturday at New Mexico, drops in 1 here to give the Ags a 7-point lead. Then Sam Merrill taking it to the rim, up and in, count it. Utah State up 12, 4.5 left in the first half. Merrill again. That ups the lead to 15. Aggies finished the half on a 7-0 run. Here comes Diego Brito. 3 for 3 from 3 at the half. Utah State up 20 at the break. Aggies keep it rolling in the second half. Brock Miller. Corner ball, 3 ball, 23-point lead. Then it's Quinn Taylor's turn off the miss, up and in off the glass. It's a 28-point lead. Then back to Merrill. Oh, the smooth 3, drops it in. Merrill led the Ags with 20, Brito 15, Quetta 10 points, 16 boards. Utah State winning it by 17. It's their 6th straight win. In the Huntsman Center, Utes and Oregon State, opening minute, Timmy Allen. Utes up 2-0, but that would be the largest lead for Utah in the first half. They could not stop Oregon State's Trey Tinkle. That drops in the 3 for Trey. 20 seconds later, Tinkle goes in, and the Beavers have a 9-point lead. The Utes trying to keep it close here. Charles Jones Jr. off the bench, and he drops in the 3 to cut the lead to 6. But Oregon State finishing the half on an 11-3 run. Stephen Thompson Jr. with back-to-back buckets, and the Utes trailed by 12 at the half. Timmy Allen getting Utah closer in the second half. How about that from Timmy Allen? Cuts the lead to 7, and under 9 minutes left, Cedric Bearfield drains the 3 and the lead down to 6. Here we go. Timmy Allen, the lead back down to 4 with under 2 minutes left. But after that, Trey Tinkle would score 5 straight points. Tinkle finished with 31, and the Utes lose their 2nd straight at home, 81-72. The final, Timmy Allen leading the Utes with 24. In Ogden, Weber State and Sacramento State, Burkott Chapman with a huge first half for the Wildcats, drops into 3. Then here comes another one, 3 of 4 from Threeville for Burkott. Then Weber State dominates inside, Zach Braxton. And then back to Burkott. Chapman with 15 in the first half. That's what he finished for the game. Wildcats get the 10-point win over Sac State. Southern Utah on the road at Eastern Washington. Final minute, Thunderbirds down 9. Cameron Olesian cuts it to 6. Couple of seconds later, Brandon Better fouled on the attempt. He made all 3 free throws. Eagles would be fouled, push the lead back to 5. Better cuts it to 2. However, they weren't able to get a turnover and get another shot at the end, and Southern Utah loses by 3, 82-79. All right, let's go back to the Jazz. Donovan Mitchell before tip-off with the Rockets. How cool is that? That kid, he just made his life. How about that? But James Harden, well, he made that bucket. He made a lot of them, 4-point lead. Check out the hustle by Donovan Mitchell. Chases down the ball, and then the fastball again to Jay Crowder. That was awesome. How about Royce O'Neal coming off the bench in the first quarter, drops in 7 quick ones, draining the 3. Now the Jazz out in front by 6. Rockets come back with James Ennis. Rocking it. Rockets up 4 after 1 early in the second quarter. Kyle Korver to Derek Favors. Nice pass and catch and jammy. Then Donovan Mitchell staying with it. Jazz now have a 1-point lead, but James Harden, he'll take over in the final 5 minutes of the half. Inside, then the Beard would go outside. What can you do? James Harden, 29 in the first half. Yeah, 29. Jazz trailed by 13 at the break. After falling behind by 19 in the third, Mitchell comes in and count that one, cuts the lead to 13. Right now, Jazz, though, trailing 97-78 in the fourth quarter. Jazz got their work cut out for them. All right, earlier we showed you Abel Porter and the Aggies win over UNLV. Last week was a big week for Porter. Went from a walk-on to getting a scholarship. Then 2 days later, hit the game winner in the pit at New Mexico. Jeremiah Jensen headed to Logan to talk to the Davis Dart about his best week as an Aggie.
I mean, it was just great. I mean, that's what you work for as an athlete, as a walk-on. And so just to kind of see your work kind of pay off, it felt good.
Piper feeds Jackson. He's had a good second half, and he rises and hits.
When the pit gets loud, you can't really hear yourself think. We're trying to yell plays to each other, and you can't hear each other 2 feet away. So just kind of like the whole atmosphere was kind of building up to, like, you knew something was going to happen towards the end.
You know, I got double teamed there at the end, and I saw Abel was open, and for me it was just normal. You know, I've played with Abel my whole life since we were 13 years old, and I've seen him hit all those kinds of shots.
I thought he might throw it up, but you just have to stay ready always, and so I knew that if he was going to pass it to anyone, whether it be Brock or Nimi, that they were going to have to shoot it, and I guess he passed it to me. And
Porter launches, got it!
Those are the moments your brain is just blank. You don't really have anything in your head, and you just hope it goes in. That's why you put in all the work. That's why you shoot all the shots, so that when you need to shoot it without thinking, you can. And I'm just glad I went in that we could leave there with a win.
That's the kind of trust that we have to have as a team in each other. Just recognizing that Abel hasn't shot the ball great this year, but I've seen him make tens and thousands of shots just like that. So if we have that trust in each other, then things are usually going to work out.
Abel Porter, of all people.
It's one thing to hit that shot, but what did your teammates' reaction mean to you?
I mean, it means a lot, and I think that's kind of been the identity of our team, is just we don't care who makes what shot, in what situation we're in. We're a team, and we're brothers, and we have each other's back.
Every time we're struggling, somebody comes at you and says, "Come on, man, you know you can do better than this. We got you. We got your back."
I didn't really remember the reaction in the moment, but just going back and even watching the tape, it just feels good to know that I have a bunch of people behind me, and I know that I'd do the exact same thing if any of my other teammates made the shot.
Which buzzer beater is your favorite, the one at the Pit, New Mexico, or the one against Olympus in high school?
The Pit, by far. That high school one was lucky. I like to think that this one was a little more skill.
Definitely an awesome week for Abel Porter. We have more SportsBeat Primetime when we come back. All right, Wednesday, BYU Athletic Director held his annual State of BYU Q&A with the media. One of the main topics this year's football schedule. That starts with Utah, then Tennessee, USC, and Washington. That's where we begin the conversation.
I'm really excited about it, and I'm really happy that we have a football coach and players that feel good about a schedule like that.
Got the first down. He's got the touchdown. Wopini Katoa, up the middle he goes for 14 yards and another score.
I feel that it's, you know, if you were to take each one of those teams at their very best, it would be wicked. But I don't know if each one of those teams is at their very best in their history right now, including BYU. So I think that we have a really good shot to win a large number of games next year based on who we're playing, where we're playing. But there's so many intangibles right now.
A deep drop, goes for the back right pylon of the end zone. He's got a touchdown to Neil Pau'u, and the Cougars open up on top.
What's the timeline for a ESPN contract extension framework for that?
We've been discussing that. We're in an option year right now, and we are in discussions right now.
Guns it on the down and into Dylan Crowley, touchdown Cougars.
Our bowl tie-ins were approximate to our ESPN contract. That's why 19 is our last bowl game. But after that, as we work on renegotiating, extending, or creating a new contract with ESPN, those are when the bowl slots will be determined. It would be dependent upon what that game might be. We've had a number of potential bowls contact us and say they wanted to create a bowl where we would be the anchor team. Interesting thought. But you know, with being with ESPN, that would be something that they would determine.
All right, when we come back, a former Utah punter going head-to-head with Real Salt Lake's Kyle Beckerman. All right, 1 month from today, Real Salt Lake will open up its new season. Yesterday, RSL held its media day. Former Ute punter Tom Hackett joined our KSL sports team this week. He knows soccer, so we sent him to media day for his first assignment.
Mike Petke with us here at the training facility on media day. Mike, expectations for this upcoming season? Obviously, the way you ended last year must be promising, and I know you have talked about it in the past. You've been itching to get back and get this season underway.
Yeah, you know, it's been a great 2 weeks so far. I think it's been a long break for not only myself but the players. We couldn't wait to get back in. As far as expectations, you know, we just want to build on what we ended with last year, like you said. You know, as long as we see positive strides in this preseason, which we have in 2 weeks now, and on a weekly basis we're getting higher and higher, then I'm hoping that success is inevitable.
Yeah, I think it was huge that we made the playoffs last year because you know, that's something that you can build on. You know, it gives the group, you know, the confidence to know that we can be there, and we can be there towards the end of the year and, you know, make a push for the cup.
If we continue to prove, again, we'll find ourselves in the playoffs, and then, like we say, anything can happen. So my main focus is our consistency through our full body of work, and then when we get to the playoffs, we'll see what happens.
We do have Kyle Beckerman with us.
Hang on, Kyle. You know he played Australian rules soccer, okay? And he's award-winning punter for the Utes.
Yeah, Australian rules soccer. I mean,
okay, and he's award-winning punter for the Utes, so he knows what to do with a football or a ball on his foot. And he's been bragging about how good he was in Australian rules soccer. There's something on the internet I'm sure we could find. So I got a ball here, and I want to see if he can live up to what he's been saying and take you on the pitch.
Yeah.
Is that all you got?
What are you talking about?
Is that all you got?
I got right to the red line, and then he tackled me. I told you.
Well, you're supposed to get it past him. One more. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's see what he got his hands behind his back. Oh, my gosh. Okay, all right. Okay, hold on.
He wasn't even trying just then. Yeah, and I gave everything.
We're done before somebody really gets hurt. Now, tomorrow on SportsBeat, you will see Hackett challenge Beckerman to a punting contest. We'll be right back. All right, in high school hoops this past week, huge matchup last night. Pleasant Grove and American Fork, both 3-0 in Region 4. Both have dominant big men going at each other. But first, Casey Brown would get Pleasant Grove started, scoring 9 of the Vikings' first 13. The and one right there. But American Fork's Trey Stewart answers. Hello, that's an answer. Stewart had 19. And then in transition, Brown, the no-looker to Tyler Fairbanks, corner ball 3. That gives Pleasant Grove a 7-point lead. Final seconds of the half, Tanner Cuff cuts the lead to 1. Vikings go to the locker room up by 1. In the second half, big men go at it. Matt Van Coleman, he'd get rolling. Takes that one from Brown, then follows it up with a reverser. He had 16. Fairbanks from the top of the key. That gives Pleasant Grove a 10-point lead. But American Fork would respond. Here comes another big man, Isaac Johnson, future Oregon Duck, from the corner. Lead down to 5. Then Johnson with the alley-oop lead down to 3, but it wouldn't happen. Pleasant Grove gets the win. Outdoors with Adam Eakles coming up next. We'll see you at 10.